Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Hey everyone, first of all, heartiest greetings and welcome you all to my channel. My name is Sakshi Shreya and this is my YouTube channel where I will share my flair of art with you all.
Hello and welcome you all to my channel. Today our guest for the Let's Talk About Poets session is Sarojini Naidu. So to begin with, I will discuss her life in brief. She was an Indian political activist and poet from Hyderabad. She was born on 13th February 1879 to Aghorenath Chattopadhyay, a Bengali Brahmin who was the principal of the Nizam's College in Hyderabad. Her mother, Barada Sundari Devi Chattopadhyay, was a poet and used to write poetry in Bengali. She was the eldest of the 8 siblings. Their family was well regarded in Hyderabad not only for leading the Nizam College of Hyderabad but also as Hyderabad's most famous artists at that time. Education. She passed her examination from the University of Madras when she was 12, after which she took a 4-year-old break from her studies. In 1895, the HEH, the Nizam's Charitable Trust, gave her a chance to study in England, first at King's College, London, and later at Girton College, Cambridge. Marriage. She had an inter-regional marriage at the age of 19 with a physician, Padipati Govindarajulu Naidu. Political career. She joined the Indian independence movement in the wake-up of partition of Bengal in 1905. Between 1915 to 1918, she travelled to different regions in India delivering lectures on social welfare, emancipation of women and nationalism. She again went to London in 1919 as a part of the All India Home Rule League as a part of her continued efforts to advocate for freedom from the British rule. Upon return, she joined Gandhi's Satyagraha movement. She was arrested along with other Congress leaders such as Jawaharlal Nehru, Mahatma Gandhi and Madan Mohan Malviya for participating in 1930 Salt March. She was one of the major figures to have led the civil disobedience movement, and in 1931 she participated in the Second Roundtable Conference headed by Viceroy Lord Irwin. She faced repeated arrests and spent over 21 months in jail. After independence, she was appointed as the governor of the United Provinces, which is now Uttar Pradesh, making her India's first women governor. Now, you all might be thinking that why I am discussing her political background. It seems nothing to do with her writing. But wait, you are wrong. Her writings are highly influenced by patriotism, which can only be felt when you actually do some sort of thing for your country. I guess you all might have clicked with what I am trying to convey. So this is the reason why I discussed it, and now let's move to her writing career. She began writing at the age of 12. Her play Mahir Munir, written in Persian, impressed the Nizam of Hyderabad. In 1905, her first collection of poems named The Golden Threshold was published. For her work in the field of poetry writing, she was given the title of Nightingale of India. Her birthday, 13th February, is celebrated as Women's Day to recognize voices of women in India's history. She earned the sobriquet Bharat Kokila by Mahatma Gandhi because of color, imagery and lyrical quality of her poetry. Writing style. Her writing style is simple and traditional, with use of literary devices such as imagery and alliteration. Many of her poems are infused with patriotism and desire for India's freedom. Her poems have English words but an Indian soul. Her poetic sensibility found its best expression in the full flush of womanhood. She is appreciated as a great lyricist, and due to this, she got recognition as the Bolbole Hind. What we can learn from her. First, most importantly, as a freedom fighter, she inspired and motivated us to fight against injustice. Second, she possessed a lot of courage and intense patriotism. Third, she drew up plans for her lives. She had the courage, will, strength, and the sheer guts to execute them. Many of us dream, but not everyone are able to fulfill their dreams. Fourth, a sense of balance between the family and the profession is the biggest quality that we can or should learn from her. Quotes. A country's greatness lies in the undying ideals of love and sacrifice that inspire the mothers of the race. We want a new breed of men before India can be cleansed of her disease. Achievements. She was awarded the Kesare-Hind Medal by the British government for her work during the plague epidemic in India, which she later returned in protest over the April 1919 Jallianwala Bagh massacre. In 2014, Google India commemorated Naidu's 135th birth anniversary with a Google Doodle. She was listed among 150 leading women list by the University of London in the United Kingdom in 2018. So at the end, I would like to request you all to submit your questions about the poetess for the imaginary interview session. That's all for today. Thank you.